Good morning. How are you? I am on my morning walk. So it looks like it's about to rain. And I almost changed my mind. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go walk anyway, in spite of the rain. And, just get it done because rain's gonna fall sometimes. So you can't do anything about that. I try to be mission minded and just stick to the plan. I have a goal, not necessarily to lose, a certain weight goal, but a health goal, a feel good goal. So as I walk, I just walk with purpose in mind that this is going to get me to my end goal, is to feel good. And some of the benefits of walking is looking good, being more energetic, and my body will be able to absorb nutrients more easily, and I will be able to take supplements and integrate them into my body a little more easily. So there's a lot of health benefits to walking and exercising, and that's why I do it. And not necessarily because I have a certain weight goal that I'm trying to reach. I mean, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, it's more about my mental health, my overall health, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and just making sure that in the morning that I'm giving myself to myself before I give myself away. That's something I've been saying probably for the last 5 years. I need to trademark that. And because it's true. So many things during the day is pulling on you, will be calling you, will be requiring your attention. The spouse, the kids, the job. I have to go grocery shopping. It's Saturday. I have to do this, do that. But before all of those things pull at you, and before you're required to give your attention to anything else, that you make sure that you give yourself to you, because you are the most important person. So that's going to look different for everyone. For me, it's having a nice cup of tea, warm tea in the morning with some warm water with lemon, meditation, reading my book, my meditation book, my devotional, and then getting some exercise in, doing some stretching. For you, it may be something different entirely. But just giving yourself, if not 15 minutes, something to say, you know what, I need to start my day or ease into my day with me in mind. It's not selfish. It's being self-centered. You are placing yourself at the center of all things. Everything else is built around that. There's nothing wrong with that. I remember when I was married and I was this self-sacrificing wife and mom, giving my time and my attention to everything, to cooking, to cleaning, to making sure everything ran perfectly in the house, or, did all the things I saw my mom do, so all the things that I thought were so important. And what I realized is that I never focused on me. Now, my ex-husband, he, oh my goodness, he was quite the opposite. He went to the gym sometimes up to 2 hours a day, or whenever he went. He went out with the guys. He went out for his morning coffee. He played basketball. And I'm at home upset. I'm mad because he's not home with me helping with the chores or helping do the things that I thought he should be doing. And the person I should have been upset with was me. He was doing what he's supposed to do. He was doing what he felt was right for him. That doesn't mean he was shirking his responsibilities. It simply means he was putting himself first, making sure that he got his downtime, he had his friends time, coffee time, exercise time, his him time. And I should have been doing likewise, and I wasn't. So shame on me. But that was the lesson. All that self-sacrificing, it wasn't necessary. It was actually self-imposed. And as women, we tend to do that. We sacrifice everything for the sake of others, as opposed to focusing on ourselves. There's nothing wrong with, being available to others, but you have to be available to yourself first. You have to fill your own cup. You have to pour in before you can pour out. There's nothing worse than trying to pour out from an empty vessel. There's nothing to give. So fill your own cup. And as Iyanla Vanzant once said, fill your cup. What's in the cup is for you. The overflow is for everyone else. I thought that was a very, very wise saying. What's in the cup is for you. The overflow is for everyone else. Now, I have a journal online that I use, and I also have a personal journal. It's a daily planner, which I created just for myself. It is available online if you want to download it at reginadillard.com. But it's available for you to just write down your plan for the day, the things that you'd like to do, the things that you desire, things that you like to happen, things that you want to happen in the course of a day. Maybe I'd like to research those dance classes that I forgot about, or I would like to spend time with a friend, maybe call them and schedule coffee. I'd like to take a yoga class, or I'd like to make time for more walks in the park, or even get my children to come with me after I've spent time with myself. I'd like to, gather all the kids. Maybe we go to the park and walk or hike or bike. Just do some things together. Plan your day. Think about things that make you happy, that brings you absolute joy, and something that will feed your soul. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm at the point where I'm just living a life of ease, contentment, and joy. And I'm not going to do anything that doesn't fulfill me. Now, I know that may seem selfish, but what about work? Well, what about work? I'm going to do work that absolutely, hurry up across the street, fulfills me. Now, I realize that may look different for everyone. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and I get that. But I've been working in corporate since I was 19 years old. And, I've always done other things. I've always had other jobs and projects and businesses on the side. But most of my income comes from working in the corporate sector, either as a full-time employee or as a contractor. And I put my time in. So you do the math, I'm 55 minus 19, and that tells you how long I've been working in the corporate sector. So at this point, especially with things that have happened over the last few years with my health, I was like, that wasn't fulfilling for me then. I need to find out what makes me happy, what fills my cup. And if taking a lesser role at this time, or not being able to choosing, it's not being able to, because life is choice driven. You can do anything you want to do. But making those decisions which brings me joy and fulfillment, and not about money. You know, I had an opportunity recently to work for an executive, senior executive of HR for a global company, software company, and more money. It'd be a $25,000 bump. I look at it from a couple of angles. Yes, it was 100% remote, which I wanted. It checked some of the boxes financially, but the organization that I work for right now, it allows me time to have these moments in the morning to ease into my day, to be productive at work, to work for people that I absolutely like working with. I really enjoy working with them. I get to travel. I have quality time. I have work-life balance. And I know there's a lot of companies that use that term, work-life balance. And sometimes it doesn't amount to a hill of beans. Sometimes work-life balance is working 40 hours a week and we're going to leave you alone on a weekend. We're not going to call or text you. That's not work-life balance. Work-life balance is finding that balance where you can be productive, serve others, trade some of your time for money, and yet find ways to make sure that you get rest, relaxation, rejuvenation, recharging, and not just those little funky 2 weeks that they give you when you're working for someone else, especially if you've worked under 5 years. You know how it goes in corporate. Oh, 0 to 5 years, you get 2 weeks. 5 to 10 years, you get 3 weeks. 10 to 15, you may get 4 weeks. Whatever. The company that I work for, I can pretty much take vacation anytime I want. Not abuse it, but just take it when I need a day, when I need a week. We don't have limits. That right there shows me that the company cares about my health and well-being. So why would I trade that for a company that's going to demand more of me? You know, it's not about not wanting to work hard, but why? I want to work smarter. So if that means staying where I am and bloom where I'm planted, if that means not being able to have that $25 bump, which could really help because I could use a new car. But, you know, my health and wellness, that means more to me than a $25,000 bump. As I said before, it's okay to trade some of your time for money, but it's not okay to trade all of your time for money, because where do you find time for you? Where do you find time to recharge, to do these things like walk, take a class, meditate, ease into your day? Where do you find time to do that? We give all of our time to others and we give ourselves the leftovers. We get the crumbs under the table and everyone else gets fed from the table. So no, for me, that's not reasonable. And that's no longer what I desire. I no longer want to live my life in that manner. Now you may be at a different stage in your career. Maybe, you know, I don't know, you can be at a point where you've plateaued. You could be kind of on the downslope where you're starting to think about retirement. Or you could be starting a new job and entering a new phase of your career. Wherever you are, you can make little small changes to make sure that you are balanced if you need it and if that's what you want. If you're feeling tired and overworked and they're calling you late in the night, on the weekends, on Sunday mornings, early before you even start your day, then you have to ask yourself, where are my boundaries? And how do I set boundaries so that I can get what they need and they can get what they need? So, I'm here in the park now and I'm about to do some bench exercises. I like to use the bench because I I don't bring weights because I always walk a mile in, do my little exercise, and then walk a mile back. But I'm gonna do just a few exercises today. I'm not gonna really do a lot or intensify my work today, excuse me, because I wanna get to the farmer's market before it rains. And while I'm there, I'll pick up a few things. I'll show you what I'm working with today. I may prepare a few dishes. Oh, excuse me, I'm out of breath. But yeah, so give yourself to yourself before you give yourself away. That's what I want you to remember today, because I am still working toward that. I'm still focusing on that principle. Every day I have to remind myself, because when my kids call or my job calls or somebody texts me and I hear that notification, the first thing I want to do is look at my phone. But I was like, nope, not gonna do it. You know, I may glance at it if it's an emergency, but I have to learn how to compartmentalize and say, nope, that can wait, that can wait, that can wait. Me first. Me first. And you have to get to a place where you know that that's not selfishness, it's self-fullness. Self-fullness, okay? So, have a wonderful day. I may do another video just to kind of show you what's at our local farmers market. And if you're interested in having a download of or receiving a download of where all of the farmers markets are nationally, and there are also farmers markets which accept SNAP benefits for those who may be of a lower income, have a lower income, and may need assistance, support. Just know that you can get farmers market fresh produce from farmers markets with SNAP benefits. And if you're interested in having that information, I definitely can send it to you or point you in a direction on where to get it, because there's a link that I have on my website and I have to make it available. So just let me know if you're interested, and I'll open up the link on my website and make it available so that you can get it and share it with others. Okay, so I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful, happy, healthy, prosperous, joyful day.